Okay, these are our what we call our dress hoods. In the Middle Ages, it was a status symbol. So if you walk down the street with your peregrine falcon with a plumed hood, it meant that you were wealthy.
After months of preparation, the bling is finally coming out for Graham Cole's Raptor pack.
Can I pat him?
No, he bites.
Today is a work day. These birds are part of a unique pest management experiment. They're being unleashed over Flemington Racecourse.
Now Ballakarana are about to get out for run as the seagulls go everywhere, and all these horses that they've run off, they've gone into a flock of seagulls, and we've got about 4 or 5 of them down.
On race days, slow-moving seagulls can be lethal to jockeys and horses travelling at speed.
There was a couple of accidents a few years ago. Horses were put down. I think there was jockeys hurt because the seagulls were getting up in front of the horses while they were racing around the track.
Finding a way to safely clear the track of birds is where these raptors come in. They are at the forefront of an Australian first research program into the use of birds of prey in bird control.
The idea is to establish or evaluate the effectiveness of using raptors to control pest birds or species of animals.
Come on, here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Bang.
They're lethal, but they aren't allowed to kill. They're used to create fear.
Our birds don't kill the seagulls, of course, because they're protected, but the seagulls don't know they're not hunting. So it's a little bit of trickery involved with that. So far, our research is showing that it moves them off the track and keeps them away in between those races.
It's coming in pretty hot here. There, yeah. Come on.
5 minutes before each race, we fly this bird or fly a bird to keep them away, keep them at a distance. So far, 100% success.
Very nice.
The birds themselves are trained to do a job, a specific job. They're not going to go land on anyone's head or anything like that.
Nothing eats like a peregrine.
The peregrine falcon won't be alone at Flemington.
Okay, we have a brown goshawk here. Her name is Chaos.
Variety maximises the fear factor.
These birds are ambush predators compared to perhaps our peregrine falcons and some of the other falcons that fly around at speed and height. These guys tend to ambush their prey from an advantage point, like a tree or a hedge or something like that.
Included in the raptor pack this year, a barking owl.
So what we've got here is a radio transmitter, and Amber's just about to put it on this bird's anklet there, which is like a leather anklet, and it's basically a tracking device.
The barking owl is silent in flight, but it makes its presence known by its range of calls, from a dog-like bark to a shrill, human-like howl. And last but not least is the wedge-tailed eagle. This is Amber's bird. She has looked after Zorro for almost a decade.
When I first started at full flight, he hated my guts and he'd be extremely upset with me if I even came close to him. But he warmed up to me. Here you go, buddy.
There's always a danger that snuggling up to an eagle could turn ugly.
If he really wanted to, this glove wouldn't really stop him from doing a fair bit of damage to my hand. There's about a ton of crushing power in each foot.
Working wild birds in a built environment like Flemington presents real challenges.
Our biggest concern is actually electricity. Okay, so we don't want any birds landing on wires or anything like that. And of course wild raptors that it could be around.
And then there's the weather.
We try to cover bases. So flying some of our peregrine falcons, we would look at the weather and say, well, it's going to be 35 knot winds. We'll take and trial our falcons today. They cope with the wind, they like flying in the wind. In fact, they're more effective in the wind. So we would use them and we wouldn't use any of our owl species. And again, temperature is a factor as well, and that's always a concern. We have a limit, so it reaches that limit, we won't fly our birds.
It's the 2005 Grand Final, Swans versus
The Eagles. The Battle of the Birds.
Many of Graham Cole's birds of prey have also starred on the big screen. Whatever the role, wherever they are, there is one key element they need to master.
Naturally, we have to get those birds back, so that's all part of the training as well. Here we go, and this time, whoa, here we go.